Work. Welcome to the show. My name is KSI Jessie77. You can call me Jessie. I'll be your host tonight, the one and the only. Tonight is the fourth episode of KNN, so congratulations if you made it this far. If this is your first show, welcome to the party. Um, if you ever want to be involved with anything that goes on in this new show, you can get a hold of KSI December 77. He's the guy, the head honcho. So if you have feedback, suggestions, or anything regarding the news show, feel free to contact him. Exciting theme for the night. The night's theme is growing squads. So it's something that's very near and dear to the heart of KSI all over. Tonight, our special guest will be KSI Scars 77. He'll be helping us to determine how a squad can successfully grow. That'll be kind of nice. But before we get to that, I want to talk about some stuff first. So, first of all, the global articles. If you don't know about the global site, it is KSI's personal global site. We have articles on there, information, KSI stuff. If you know about the forums, you should know about the global site, ksiglobal.org. There's this week, we've got some cool articles to talk about. The first one we got to talk about is the new CEO, Impy. There's an article all about Impy himself. If you want to learn more about him, how he got to his spot, what it means to be a CEO, go ahead and take a look at that article. Again, that's on ksiglobal.org. The next one we're going to talk about is upcoming games. This article is actually super cool. I read through it myself just because I don't have time to go through and figure out what's going on all over the world in game land. So if I can go to one article to find out all the new cool games coming out and kind of decide what I like right now, then I'm going to do it. So this article pinpoints the newest and hottest games that'll be gracing the screens of KSI members worldwide. Some hits include like BO4, which I'm most excited for, EA, and many others. So there's some stuff coming in from 2K, stuff like that. Take a look at that article. It kind of gives you a breakdown of everything coming in the fall, some of the cool games coming out, and see if it's worth your money. So the next thing I'd like to talk about is the Divisional Hall of Fame. So this is actually super cool, and it's actually going to be like kind of amazing because this is something that hasn't been around during the time that I've been in KSI. So the Divisional Hall of Fame. So of the months, this month will be replaced by the first round of Divisional Hall of Fame inductions, which sounds really fancy. This new div-based Hall of Fame will act similar to the of the month, so kind of the same thing. And it'll take place during and leading up to Spring Break and Fall Classic, which Fall Classic is coming up. We're going to talk about in a little bit. Each division can have up to 3 members inducted into the Hall of Fame per event at a maximum per the AAP's discretion. So if Fall Classic, Spring Break, there can be 3 people added to the Divisional Hall of Fames, which is really cool. A forums topic will be created within the next 2 weeks for people to go nominate their choices for Div Hall of Fame inductees. There will be a format posted in the topic that all nominations must follow, and each nominator may only nominate one person from the division. So there's a lot of stipulations as to who can become a Hall of Famer. So go ahead and take a look at that post that'll be posted up soon. First inductions will be announced the last day of Fall Classic. And the nominations begin August 20th, and they'll last until mid-September. So that's pretty cool. So keep an eye on the forums for that coming in. I'm guessing it'll be in the AAP section, or maybe it'll have its own section. So kind of listen in on squad meetings and stuff to find out where that's at. So that'll be kind of cool. Speaking of Fall Classic is right around the corner. A time frame is yet to be set, but you can expect a spectacular kickoff to the season with tournaments, streams, Divisional Hall of Fame, and more. So if you did not know, KSI, 4 times a year, we have KSI-wide events. They're dope. We've got not Hall of Fame. We've got Fall Classic, Spring Break, Turkey Bowl. They're all great things. Kind of come out to them. It's a great way to show Div pride, meet people from outside of your division, get your game on. So come to that. It'll be fun. News notes. So we're going to talk about some stuff from the news section. So you think you can write theme for this month is your KSI get-together. Head to the news section to post your submissions. So you think you can write are easy ways to earn your divisional points for Div Cup. So keep an eye on that. Obviously, this show The new show airs 8:30 p.m. on Tuesdays. The theme for this week's show is Growing Squad Highlights, so this will be kind of fun. Um, History, the July Spotlight winners are KSI AWOL of DM and KSI Havoc 7 of DW. So big shout outs to all those members that posted nominations. Um, and keep an eye out for the historians coming through each of the divisions and kind of taking a look and making sure that the divisional histories are up to date. If you didn't know, KSI actually keeps histories of each division. They're posted on the forums in the history section. So take a look there. You can kind of see if you're curious about what divisions have been in KSI in the past, what ones you're in now, what's going on. Take a look there. It's kind of cool. Marketing. So, congratulations to the division who won the month of July. First place is DW. So, congratulations, Divine Warriors, for getting that first place spot. The runner up was FI. We've seen a lot of improvement in signups from multiple divisions, so kind of keep it up. Also, if you are from CD or ES, marketing is looking for applicants, so make sure you get on the marketing. To get on the marketing team, go to the Join the Department section on the forums and apply. Just kind of make sure you guys are in the division doing stuff. So excited to see what you're doing. All right, to the more fun stuff, let's talk about some weekend warfare stuff. So the weekend warfare recaps. This week was on Rainbow Six. The first place was KSIX Vision EO. He's from EO. Second place was KSI Scars 77, also from EO. Shout out to EO. Third place was a tie between Sentinel Cowboy 1 from FI and KSI Scout from DW. So that's really dope. So look there if you want to be a part of the weekend warfare for this weekend. On Saturday, August 11th, the weekend warfare will be. That's from last week. So that's not the right one. But anyways, you get the point. If you want to see what weekend warfare is coming up for this next week, it'll be in the TNE section on the forums. Also in your divisions, your marketing rep should know more about it, so don't be afraid to ask questions if you want to be a part of the weekend warfare. Let's see. And productions. So Productions has happy hour every week on Fridays. So stay tuned for that. Last week was the happy hour with the Sevens and members on World War II. I heard that was super dope. So that was a really good idea. Also, the clip and montage event is open. So get your clips and montages submitted. Alrighty. So, Headhunters. Let's talk about some Headhunter stuff. So far, we have KSI December 77 in first place with 195 points. KSI CK Sora from DW with 168 points. KSI Beaches from CD, 166 points. KSI Nebula 7, DW, 157 points. And KSI Godzeus, DM, with 137. So shout out to those members for being top 5 in the Headhunters team. That's Destiny 2 right now. That's this season. So keep an eye out for who wins that. Throwback to the Div Cup so far. Obviously, DW won this month. So, it was really cool. So if you ever want to be a part of Div Cup, all you have to do is participate in your division during the week and during the month and just kind of get involved with the weekend warfares, get involved with So You Think You Can write, clip in montages, come out to things, be a part of things, and get your division out there. Get points for your div. But now we're going to talk about something a little different. So we're going to pull in KSI Scars. Welcome to the party.
Yo.
He is the co-div of EO, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. Well, I know a little bit about EO. Not much, but a little bit. So welcome to the party. We're going to talk about some stuff involving how to grow your squad, growing squads efficiently, that sort of thing. So let's dive right in. So, can you give me kind of a history of your participation in the clan part of KSI?
Okay. So I've only been at KSI for like 16 months. co-division leader of EO.
Lit. All
On
right.
top of that, I was doing that on that, or was that cool?
Yeah, you can keep going. Keep going.
So I've been a Gen once as a Vendetta Gen. I've been acting Gen like 4 times. So I mean, been around the block.
You have some experience as being a gen.
Pretty much.
We're having some technical difficulties. Stay tuned. All right, you back, guys?
I'm sorry, was I AFK? Or did I disconnect?
Yeah, you're disconnecting.
Oh, right. Yeah.
We heard
Gen a few
about the
times.
you were a gen and then you were acting gen 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, I've also assisted in a lot of recruitments. Obviously, the rejoin apps. I mean, you name it. Any possible way you think you can recruit somebody, went and done it.
Okay, so you've been
Any means
around.
necessary.
You've been around squads, so you've seen effective squads, you've seen ineffective squads, you've kind of seen it all.
From the EOS perspective, yeah.
Okay, I like it. And okay, so in your own words, what do you think the definition of a successful squad is?
Honestly, my opinion of that changed in recent weeks. Naturally, I would have said a squad that was recruiting. It's something that I've been bred for. It's something I've done.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same point in time, people tend to have a lot of fluff when all they worry about is recruiting. So I mean, retention has become a major factor in how I do
Right.
things. Even go back to my recent stint as acting gen. But a successful squad to me is honestly just everyone on the same page, teamwork. A lot of times I think squads fail because either someone tries to do too much or people just aren't doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
But for it to really work, for things to literally click on all cylinders, and honestly, you want a squad to survive after you're gone because you don't want to just set the template and watch somebody else drop the ball, so to speak. So you want to set it up
Right.
for continued success. And I think that always starts obviously with, like I said, communication, mentoring, leadership. Training properly, just doing everything by the book. And stuff like that. So any squad that can grow and sustain and just obviously dot all the I's, cross all the T's is a very, very
Right.
effective squad.
So essentially, like, it's about sustainability. It's not necessarily about like what you can do while you're in the squad. It's about making it so that the squad has the ability to continue past you.
Right, because typically a lot of members, you come into KSI, right, and you get recruited, and then you get trained, and then you get promoted to corporal or sergeant, and for a lot of members that could be it. You know what I mean? It
Right.
can
Yeah.
literally be the end of what you do. So when I tell people KSI is what you make it, I mean playing with your members, being involved with your members. The reason why that works is because while I might not be an officer today, I could be an officer 6 months from now, and I'm going to follow the lead of someone that I've witnessed prior. So when we go back to the squad clicking on all cylinders and being successful, that has a longer lasting effect, even from a split to a split, because people's time change, people's status in life changes to where they're more
Right.
open to becoming an officer. And honestly, if you get the right amount of people, the right group of people that just love being around each other, there ain't no limits to what you can do with a squad or a division for that matter.
Okay. Yeah, I like it. So you heard it here, first, folks, that it's all about what you make it. KSI is what you make it. Okay, how difficult do you feel it is to help a struggling squad reach full potential?
A lot of that depends on the issue of the squad or what because first you got to ask them what they think the issue is. Um, I mean, you can see a squad stuck at 40 members. I think their issue is recruiting. When in reality, it's
Right.
what's the word I'm looking for? It can be drive, desire to even push. Sometimes
Motivation.
the task is just too daunting that they're just not encouraged to do anything about it.
Right.
It can be a lot of different issues, but the one thing I always think that helps whenever, if you want to go into any squad today, is you got to sit down and identify the problem. Now, at that point, take all the excuses out of the playbook. There's no excuses anymore.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if I'm coming into a squad, I need a lieutenant to tell me, hey, I haven't been doing my job. I need a captain to tell me, hey, I haven't been doing my job. I don't need fingers pointed. I don't need anything. Let's identify the problem. Let's cut it off at the root. So we've been stagnant. Stagnant's causing us to lose members. Okay, let's work on recruiting. How have we done it? How can we change it? What's our game type? Is there anything we can adapt to or change completely? I mean, there's a number of things you can do to fix pretty much any squad, but it's got to start with the people who are helping make the squad run. Any seven can step into a squad and do different things, but the idea isn't for a seven or anybody to run a squad except for the members and the officers.
Okay.
You, it's just identifying the problem and just working together instead of pointing fingers, instead of making excuses, and working together. Put in that work.
Okay. I like it. Now, so you're saying like it does to make a squad successfully grow and prosper the way that it needs to with sustainability, or like what does it require? Does it require like a full officer staff, recruiting? What do you think like are the necessities in the basket of growing a squad?
Honestly, I've always liked to have at least one or two people on a different time zone. That's always been a helpful thing.
Okay.
That helps make you accessible to all members at any time zone. But having a full officer staff to me is a luxury. It really is.
Right.
It's something that you should be lucky to have, and you should be able to abuse it when you do have it. I don't think you need a full officer staff to have a successful squad. What you need is the ones you do have putting in the effort. Because it's not about some people say, "Oh, I don't have enough time," or it's not about how much time you have. It's what you do with the time you do have.
Mhm.
All right, if you're only going to be on for 4 hours a day, then in them 4 hours, I need you to just play with the members. I'm asking you as an officer, as a member of this, as a community, to play video games with the people that we brought in to play video games with.
Right.
All right, what's our core thing? We're an invite-only community. If you don't want to play with them, don't recruit them. Once you do recruit them, you got to play with them.
Facts.
You do that, a lot of problems get fixed just doing that alone, just playing with your members.
Right. I think honestly, like a lot of times in KSI, we forget about why we're here. Like we're not here necessarily to have meetings and to meetings are important, right? Like we need those to be organized to be successful as a organized community. But why did we all join KSI in the first place? It was to play games, and we need to remember that from a recruiting standpoint, from a recruiter's like first look into KSI, it's gaming. It's nothing more. It's organized gaming. So
Right, and I
think
think
that we lose sight.
sometimes the pressure people put on themselves, the task that they wanted to try to reach. Obviously every division wants to go for a division split. All right, and
Mhm.
so off the top, that's 450 members. You're sitting at 300. If you look at it from afar, hold, I got to get 150 members. That's going to be hard. But if you realize that Rome wasn't built in a day, you don't have to split tomorrow. Take your time, do it right, because back to how you have a successful squad, or how the squad be successful. I want you to grow. I don't want you to grow and then lose everyone you just grew.
Right.
Like, we're not in the business of exchanging current members with new members. Not what we're trying to do. It's incorporating the new breed. Now people leave. Now that's one thing people don't realize too. No matter how well you do your job, people will leave for numerous reasons. Some you can help, some you can't. But us as individuals, as leaders, or officers, however you want to say it, we can minimize that. A lot of times people leave because of miscommunication, misunderstanding. You know, If we can back to communication again, it's all go back in full circle. Communication. If you communicate, you can limit a lot of problems any squad has, and you can get back on the ball.
Okay. All right.
Hallelujah.
So, all right. Welcome, Battle Bear, to the party.
Oh, I see a message. My phone was dead. Sorry.
You're fine. Welcome to the party. So scars. Not everybody that watches the show is an officer. So what do you think a member, a recruit, a private, a corporal, what can they do for their squad to help their squad grow?
I mean, honestly, all right. So if you got recruited in, you already did one of the biggest things you could ever do for this community. You put your faith in it. A lot of times, from when I recruited, people are very, very hesitant. You know, some are scared to change their names and whatnot. But it's the ones that take the leap, because honestly, they don't know how KSI is until they're here.
Right.
You can explain it all you want. You can explain it till your face turns blue. K stands for knowledge, S for strength, I for integrity. Spell it up and down, but they don't understand what it means until they've been in here. So they take that leap of faith. Now, once you're here, if you want to know how to be very, very critical to your squad, be yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Play video games. That's all I need you to do. Is just play video games. If your desire is to become an officer down the road, cool. That's fine. But I need you as a gamer first. Let me worry about everything else. You do what you do best. If you want to add on to it, awesome. I'll take it. You know, we'll work with you. We'll get you hyped. We'll get you set up, trained, whatever. But let's just play video games. We're a gaming community first. You know.
Okay.
If and another thing too is play to your strengths. If you know you're a people person, trust me, you can recruit. If you like hosting tournaments and organizing big events, you need to go join TNA. You like streaming and making clips? Take yourself over to productions. There's a lot of things in KSI that would love to have you. Just gotta put your effort in. Put your foot forward.
Really good. Really good. All right. Well, we talked about some really important stuff, but I think the most important question that we're going to talk about all night is right here. And it is pineapple on pizza or nah?
Yo, I'll be honest with you, this pineapple on pizza thing, those two should never meet each other. Ever.
No?
If your pineapples are meeting your pizzas, then something's wrong with your plate.
Your
You
pineapples are
monster.
meeting your pizza. That's awful. That's awful. Pineapple belongs on pizza with ranch as a side.
This monster needs to be slain.
Like,
Well,
we need to find out who created that rumor. We need to bury him. All right. Pepperoni, sausage.
Scars is hunting
I'll
down
even take
whoever made
anchovies.
pineapple pizza.
I'm gonna find you.
Anchovies are over pineapple? What in the world is wrong
Yes,
with
they
you?
come on Supreme pizzas. Supreme pizza
Anchovies are
is
disgusting. They're
Fish should not
disgusting.
be on your pizza. Fish should... No. It was the Australians.
It was the Australians the whole time.
Those dang
I thought it was
Australians.
Gordon
If you're
Ramsay.
Australian and you're watching this, Scars is coming for you. So don't join Neo.
I might already be there. You never know.
All right, guys. Scars, I appreciate having you on the show. Thanks for coming on, preaching to us about some important stuff, talking about the values.
No problem.
Great. All right, guys, we're going to move on. I want to talk about some other stuff. So, KNN, obviously, is what you're watching. I hope you know what you're watching. KNN stands for the Knowledge News Network. It fits very well with the KSI. Every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank you guys for watching it. If this is your 4th episode, thanks for watching again. First one, make sure you come to next week. We'll be here every week. So if you ever want to know more about KNN, or want to get involved somehow, there are 4 ways to do it. So number 1, you can have a featured story submission. So if you have an awesome KSI-related story to tell the community, put it up in the news section on the forum, so ksiforums.org. Go down to the news section, click on it, and there'll be a topic called the featured story submissions. Put your stories in there. We want to hear about what's happening in your squads. If you feel like your squad is doing amazing and you are growing, put it there. We want to hear about it. Maybe we'll highlight you next week. You never know. Have you on the show. So put it there. Number 2, community shout out submissions. If you want to shout out someone else in the community, someone in your squad or division, like that's preferable if you know them or they're in like with you all the time. Or maybe you're in a department with them, shout them out there, and we'll talk about them on the show. It's called the community shout out submission. Number 3, guest list sign up. If you want to be on the show with me, talking about stuff, talking to cool people like Scars, hit up the guest list sign up, and you can come on the show and interact with the anchors. And then number 4, joke submissions for August. So if you have a joke that you feel is COC appropriate and you want me to tell it on the show, or if you want to come tell it, you sign up for the guest list and do joke submissions. Either way. But if you want me to tell your joke, which I can try, I'm not that funny, but I can attempt. Go to the joke submissions for August link in that forums section. Again, that's ksiforums.org. Scroll down to news, click on it, and all of those submission links are going to be right there. So the next week, our show is on Tuesday. I look forward to you guys coming out. I appreciate your support. That's the 21st, so Tuesday the 21st. Please spread the word. Encourage your fellow squad members to tune in. You guys could do viewing parties where you guys all get together and watch at a party and talk about how cool I am. That's great. Or you can watch individually or whatever you want to do. But get people together. Watch the show. We appreciate the support. As always, you guys have a good night. And we'll see you next Tuesday.